Odaya mı gideceğiz? Lan. Atlar dedim de atlamadım. Ne verdim? Lan nerede şeyler, görevler? Neredeyim ben? Buradaki Allah Allah. Burada bir sürü görev vardı.
Rook stopped the Automaton. Took down their comic. I can't believe you're defending them.
I am not defending anyone, Jacobus.
You're letting them be a part of this? My cousin died because the governor didn't stop the Antam from taking over.
Jacobus?
I'm fine. But I'm not going to be a part of this.
Well, now that that unpleasantness is dealt with, about your mysterious informant.
Whoever they are, they know the Antam and Treviso.
Your message made it sound like this informant also knows where the gods are staging their ritual.
Treviso does not need this troublemaker. This should be left to proper officials.
It very much concerns Rook. We have a contact who offers access to the butcher and privileged information on the gods.
A chance to find your gods and to free the city. A prize for both our causes.
Both are important. Strong with the crows, strong against the gods.
Someone else seems to think so. The contact knows the city and the Antam.
How do you know it's for real?
They gave us patrol patterns. Dreadnought arrivals. Their information is real.
And you didn't share this with me?
People in this city continue to sicken and die. Do you not have other more pressing matters to attend to?
So where are we meeting?
Near the field hospital, where the market used to be.
And they ask for me, not you or Viago.
Even with what happened to Treviso, your fight against the gods is spoken of by many. You have respect, and no small admiration.
From who, though? That's the question.
I'll talk with this mystery contact.
And the rest of us will hope not to get caught in your crossfire again.
If we can remove the butcher and weaken the Antam, then perhaps Treviso can start to heal from the blight. With luck, this informant is our key to that. Find them, Rook. Hear what they have to say. Our informant is near the field hospital, Rook.
They said you...
Nerede bir şey?
Okay. Viago and Taya said our informant is somewhere in the market. Let's find them. I just hope.
Rook, I presume.
The butcher!
There's no need for that. Treviso is the trap, not this meeting. Please. So tense. I promise, I'll signal when it's time to fight.
Oha boya bak.
Strange way to ambush someone.
I don't have to ambush anyone. You think I couldn't just march on the crows? Scattered on town flock to me. I have the soldiers to raise your casino and every inch of this city.
But I'll bet there's no profit in actually winning.
There's money being made by the occupation, but not by me. I said Treviso was the trap, and I meant it. The jewel of Antiva. She sings even while caged. Such purity in every stone. It's trapped my heart. I love this city.
You have a strange way of showing your affection.
I conquered it. I didn't betray it. Not like the cattle born here. You know there are traitors here. They ransom their own city. Literal gods stalk the land, but these filth worship their own purses. But you're different. You and the crows stay true to your roles. It means something when you die, and even more when you kill. You're as much a work of art as this city. And you want a secret from me.
You knew I was coming. Cut to the chase and tell me where the gods want their ritual.
The gods, they give strength. But all they ask in return is everything. I can feel their corruption. I can hear their whispers. They're calling for a ritual. If I give in, I'll know where you need to go. But I will lose my jewel. My city! So... you live in a casino. Let us make a game of this. I will become what the gods want. Welcome their whispers. Meet me and show me if the crows deserve my city.
Ne oluyor lan?
The butcher was our contact, and he's letting himself fall to the blight. Finish them off. We need to go after the butcher. So the butcher wants us to prove we're worthy of saving Treviso. That's what's happening.
And he's let the gods' corruption take him.
Everyone's acting like normal, like the butcher hasn't gone nuts.
Who'd believe it? I don't.
Safer to keep your head down, I guess.
Gods gnaw at my mind. I see what you need. Prove you deserve it.
Hear the shift in his voice? He's changing.
My city, my Treviso. Will not abandon you to the traitors who gave you to me.
There's the butcher. He's a reaver and fighting his own Antom.
How's that thing going to tell us about the gods?
We have to hope he's still in there.
Trouble ahead.
I see you, Rook, and I see the ritual. Match me, find me, witness me! This is the power the gods give!
Ooh, Butcher! Where is the ritual?
So beautiful, but not like Treviso. I know ritual, you said cure!
There's nothing left of him.
I see Tearstone Island! The ritual! Tearstone Island!
He's gone. And he named the ritual site Tearstone Island.
Actually, kinda surprised the butcher didn't lie.
He got the death he wanted. Good trade, I guess. And he gave us the information we came for.
Yes, truly the Butcher was a paragon of honor and virtue, and we are all devastated to see him go.
Eventually.
And now you have a location for your final pointless confrontation. The gods are at Tearstone Island. Isn't that what you wanted? A chance to die a hero's death? So go. Leave Treviso to those who deserve it. What's left of it, anyways.
You gutless traitor. You weren't powerless against the Butcher. You were working with him.
I don't expect you to understand this, but sometimes governance means not showing your entire hand.
You sold Treviso out to the Antom.
I did what I did to help this city, to save it, to keep my people from being slaughtered like cattle by the Antom. And you let us suffer and sicken in favor of Menrathus. I gave up the crows, you gave up the whole city. Treviso is dying, Rook, and its killer wears your face.
I've met some terrible people lately, even without counting Elganon and Gillinane. You're right up there in some pretty august company. What if Treviso's people could have fought back, could have rallied to the city's defense? But the Antom kept them weak, let them die. That happened because of a choice you made. I live with the consequences of my decisions. Can you say the same?
You live with nothing, Rook. You have the luxury of distraction, of defining all your actions by the greater good. So take your team to Tearstone Island. Face Elganon and Gillinane, strike them down. Or don't. Either way, Treviso is dying. But it's still mine. Leave its funerary rites to one who cared enough about this city to make themselves its villain.
It makes sense now. Every decision they made shows it.
The governor betrayed us all. And for what? A city that is sick, and whose recovery will be measured in years.
I take it you heard? The Butcher's dead.
And in his place is the traitor we knew was lurking. And the Antom fell in line?
Whatever the Antom are looking for, Eventually's giving it to them.
The Blight changes things. Even the Antom fear it. The governor has given them a clear purpose. They were more cunning than I thought.
If only we'd figured out it was Eventually before all this started.
I wish the same. But regret does neither of us good.
We knew someone had delivered Treviso to the Butcher. You brought us their name.
The hand that leashed Treviso. The Butcher was the mouth, but the hand was Evenchi all along. They think they have the power in the Antam, and a network doing their will.
But we have the face of our enemy.
Evenchi will be hiding, so we will hound their Antam and make them desperate.
When the governors show themselves again, we end this.
We'll stop Evenchi.
The gods. Did you learn where they will be?
Tearstone Island. Evenchi confirmed it before they left.
We know the time to face Elgarnon and Gillenane approaches, but it will not take us long to find Evenchi.
If you truly want to help Treviso recover from the Blight, help us deal with the governor.
We'll let you know when we'll make our move. And after that, Treviso will be free.
Thanks for the tip-off.
You spend far too much time here, Dorian.
This is where all my favorite people are. Besides, I have news, and every messenger bird I've met is dreadful at nuance.
Magister Parvus, it's good to see you again.
At least someone appreciates my presence.
You're our eyes in the Magisterium. If someone spots you here...
Yes, I know. Can't be spotted with the shadow dragons. You worry too much, May.
Well, what do you have for us?
The cult lost people in Alathan, and leadership has fallen to Knight Commander Lenos. He aims to bring the city to its knees.
But Minrathous is already falling apart.
I know. While the Varantis' attack on the city could have been much worse, the people's fear in the aftermath is palpable.
And the rumors about the Archon are true. He's dead. Assassinated during the Dragon's rampage. The palace has tried to keep the news from spreading until a new Archon steps up.
And no one has?
No one dares. Not with the Venatori circling like vultures. The risen gods are preparing for something big. And for that, they need fear. Chaos.
Preparing for something big? I don't like the sound of that. We barely got out of Weishaupt alive, and we needed Solus's help in Alathan.
And that's why we need to know what the Venatori are preparing for. Lenos is the key to all of it. First, we stop what he's planning for Minrathous.
And then we find out what the gods are preparing for.
Let's hope it stays that simple. One of Lenos' Venatori associates is often at the Cobbled Swan. Let's see what we can get from him.
We? Dorian, you can't be going yourself.
It's the Swan. Everyone goes to the Swan.
I'll head out right now. We really need to figure out the god's big plan. Dorian thinks Knight Commander Lenos is part of it, so let's track him down first.
If you're curious about the undead, Belara, I could arrange an excursion.
To see ghosts?
Far better. All sorts of unique entities dwell in the deep necropolis. Where should we start? The Unspoken Valley? The Charnel Bridge? Oh, but the nightmare fog's returned there lately. I'd only ever read about Minrathous before traveling with you. Very few books mention the sheer inequalities one sees on its streets.
I'm not surprised. You've probably got a sanitized version. We probably shouldn't keep Dorian waiting too long.
About that subject from before.
Let's wait until it clears.
I'll get new notebooks.
Hey, Brooke.
There's Dorian.
There's Lenos's associate. According to the shadows watching him, he's nervous and doesn't talk much, but does odd jobs for coin. Interesting, yes? I'll draw him off, you check his belongings, see if you can discover any clues about Lenos's plan.
Mostly gone. Half-eaten still. A bedroll. It's definitely seen better days. And it's damp. Sleeping out in the rain.
What are you poking about in there for?
The others are bartenders, but I'm the mixologist. I don't serve drinks. I build libations. Let me know if you want anything.
Lenos intends to destroy the city with Blight and Darkspawn.
Carthus. Nothing like an attack to cause chaos in the
Neredesin?
city.
İşte misin Atıf?
You should head there immediately.
All right, let's go.
For your gods! Attack! All right! Oh, Brooke, proud of you.
Ben de işte misin onu merak ettim.
We've company.
Yeni mi geldin? Oo iyi. Havalar soğuk. Dışarı çıkamıyorsun. Haber vermedin sen dün geldiğinde.
Something big. Watch out. I bet this darkspawn was what tore through the gates. More blight in the way.
Ha. Şuna söyle, boşuna aramasın. Yayındayım şu an.
That did it. We can get through now.
Even more. How are there so many? Rain! Good work! Nice one, brother.
Everything's crumbling down here. Might be tricky to get out.
At least reality's not squishy, so better than Arlethan.
It wasn't enough. There must be another one.
Find the blight boils. We need to clear the way and keep pushing. We got it. Way should be clear.
shadow dragons? How did you find this place? Venatoris, for me! Do you think you've won? Do you think you can stop the Venatoris? Or the risen gods?
We're certainly gonna try.
The shadow dragons have brought nothing but chaos to the city. Bring these dissidents to justice. That's an order.
You got it.
Well struck!
That's one less corrupt Templar in Minrathous. Let's look around, see what we find. The Risen God's ritual. That's what the gods in the Venatori are preparing for. These star charts predict an eclipse to make magic stronger.
The celestial alignment of an eclipse would only increase the power of the ritual the gods are preparing for. That must be the plan.
Lenos's documents. They detail the Venatori's long-term plans and what they want to do with Tevinter. All this. The ritual, the eclipse, and the Venatori plans. We have to bring this to the Shadow Dragons immediately.
We should tell the Shadow Dragons what we found.
Evil old gods, rituals, waiting for the stars. It's about as Tevinter as blood magic and hubris. Learning about the gods' plans is wonderful, of course. But the lists of magisters you got your hands on, now there's the real gold.
You've looked at it already. Of course you have.
Information on their backers, the ties to illegal slavery. Don't you see what this means?
This is power, May. Imagine becoming Archon and using this against those who've been hurting the people for years.
You, on the throne, Dorian.
Tell me that wouldn't be a splendid way to bring about real change.
Changing Tevinter, helping people. If we can get something good out of all of this, I'm for it.
You've given us an opening, Rook, and believe me, we shall seize upon it.
But how would you use this information exactly?
Dorian wants to use it to crush our enemies by whatever means necessary. I prefer to use it to rally the people. I say we make the information known. Allow the people to see the real justice served. Prove that from now on, we work for them.
We tried that already. Or have you forgotten the Lucerni? I no longer trust that political machine will work in our favor. No. We must get at the root of the problem before they can react. A more forceful approach. Destroy them and their networks utterly.
Swords and spies and blackmail? The devious means you learned in the South? If we go outside the system, we invite everyone else to do the same. No, we have to do this in the open. Show the people of Tevinter that we're here for them.
We're Shadow Dragons. It's right there in the name. You supported this because you knew the system didn't work for the people.
The point was to work in the shadows until we could work in the light. And Rook has brought us what we need.
May, the Imperium's politics burned you once and you still...
Enough. We're not the only ones who have a stake in this. Rook, you have been instrumental in all this. Which strategy do you prefer?
You want me to choose who'll be Archon? But I'm not even from here. I can't decide.
Then talk to the ones who are. See what they say. Asher and Tarquin, Nev, Gallus, they're all a part of this, just as you are. We should all be comfortable with whatever course we take.
All right. I'll go do that.
Grand news about Lenos. One less crooked Templar in town.
The city will be better off with him gone.
We can hope.
Lenos made my life miserable. Rana's too.
I hear he started out different. Maybe he once cared about something other than gold. But I didn't know that, Lenos. And I'm not gonna mourn the one I did. Still, I'll thank the bastard for writing everything down. And delivering it to us all neat.
Dorian and Maevaris still have to decide what to do with everything we got from Lenos.
I just don't know enough about Tevinter to know what's best for its people.
I suspect this decision will determine Tevinter's path for years to come.
Then Dorian's way is my choice. He knows you don't stop to talk when you find a hole in the enemy's defenses.
Dorian is a brash rebel.
And Maevaris too much of a romantic.
I think the people will appreciate Maevaris returning as the leader they've always wanted to see.
No. They'll appreciate their lives actually changing for the better.
And whoever leaves will have the Shadow Dragon support, right?
Count on it.
We'll keep fighting. For Dorian. Or for Maevaris.
What else is there to do in this town, anyway? It rains all the damn time.
So what do you think?
Lenos is gone. We got information about the Venatori's plans, the god's ritual. Would have liked to see his face when he lost, but having him gone is good enough.
I meant about Maevaris and Dorian. We all want change. Who will be the more effective in getting it?
Oh, that. You're dragging me into it?
This is your city. Don't you think you should have a say?
Maevaris Talani has been in this game for decades. She's dedicated and ruthless when she needs to be. Dorian Parvis is a wild card. Flashy and inventive, he'll keep his enemies on their toes. But damn it, there's no right answer. They both play the game well, and Tevinter's ready for change. But the best way to get it, who can make it happen, I wish I knew.
Maker. A full quarter of the Magisterium supporting a cult. Bending the knee to these risen old gods just for a taste of more power. Can they not see they're only tools for the gods? So they can destroy the world?
Demanding intelligence, rationality, and self-awareness from our peers. You ask too much, Maevaris.
Look at me. Such a fool.
Ah, it's Rook. You spoke with the others.
What do you think? Who should be leading the charge from here on?
What happens after it's decided who'll lead?
Well, Lenos is gone, the cult's numbers are down, and they're scrambling to prepare for the god's ritual. They'll be distracted. It's a perfect opportunity to get our preparations in order.
All plans contingent on surviving the current disaster, of course.
Dorian should lead.
Then it is decided. Of course, it only makes sense, but... Ha! Look at me! The sudden pressure.
You won't be alone. All of us are behind you. The Shadow Dragons, the city, her people.
It will take all of them to overcome the risen gods.
You'll find a way to bring them together.
The people know they don't want blight-ridden fiends in their city. They don't need me to tell them. I can, however, show them how to fight. Gods, cults, evil magisters, nothing will stand in our way of forging a new Tevinter.
I'm ready to get back out there whenever you are.
Hey, Antoine. Evka.
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me a headache.
Please be careful.
With the container? It's very sturdy. I tested it.
What? When? And how?
Am I interrupting?
No. Our study of the new blight continues.
We know the gods changed the blight. We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
Oof, this is creeping me out.
I think I've unnerved you before. I'm not trying to.
So what's the blight answering to?
Remember the strange call I heard after the Lavendale battle? It was here, in the wetlands.
We think the source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct of the blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest. What that could mean. Everything that calls the blight impacts the wardens. We withstand it. But gods, archdemons, it all adds strain.
If the eruption calls the blight, then it could mess with us too. Spark the calling sooner. We'll lose ourselves, along with the wetlands.
So how do I help?
Figured you'd be in. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived? Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the blight and it gets attacked, then the blight around Lavendale might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere. And spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
I'll make sure the whole thing burns.
Good.
The blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the waters, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
Is Martin staying here?
In Lavendale, he's usually. But I'm guessing.
Careful, ahead.
Looks like we're doing this! Good one!
Move! Quickly! Good work, Rob! Well aimed!
Oh, we did it!
I don't have a good feeling about this place.
It's quite unsettling.
A barrier. I bet the eruption's on the other side. We'll need to cut off the tendrils to break through.
While keeping the darkspawn back. Rook! Get there! Quickly!
All right. Better move before more darkspawn show up.
Up there! That ledge! We can destroy the tendrils from there.
A ballista.
That could prove useful.
We're through.
I'm ready. Let's see what lies before us.
What is... Is that the Blight eruption?
My word!
The Darkspawn are protecting it. We need to take them out. Let's go!
Fantastic, Rook!
Oh, nicely done, Rook.
We've done it.
This is it. Let's get that eruption. All right. We strike, and the whole thing goes up. All right. Time to destroy this thing.
Follow me and don't recall the bones beneath the creek.
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you. Ah, Rook. Hi.
We knew when you hit that eruption. The blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it. Like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
Bad, but it's gone.
Seems to be. At least this one. When the eruption was destroyed, some of the bigger tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive, buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
Oh, that's incredible. I wasn't expecting flowers.
It's what we're here to do, to make this possible again.
We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable.
The Order is those of us left now. When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until they're calling, at least.
So the wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but Efka and I will be here. Others will stay too.
There's still blight in the world. There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
I'm sure you'll be fine. But if there's anything I can do, just say.
Of course. It's good we answered your first letter. And it didn't catch fire.
What?
It may have come close to an explosive, but we all met in the end.
The blight feels relentless most of the time. We see what it does up close.
A world dying, how it spreads. But we keep going.
And look, these flowers can make it back.
The wetlands are still blighted.
And it won't get better quickly. I still like the flowers, though.
Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back.
We can stay here a bit longer first.
Oh, yes. I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
The wetlands aren't fully healed.
But there's new growth already. Death's loosened its hold on this place.
Yeah. Pushing back the blight? It's possible. The voices again.
And I can pick up.
Onward, dweller.
So, ghosts are complicated. What about vampires?
Ah, There, the stories have a bit more substance to them.
Really? Vampires exist? I mean, really exist?
When a hunger demon possesses a corpse, the resulting abominations seek blood, you see.
Oh, okay. I knew about that.
Do I detect disappointment?
A little bit, sort of. So can those abominations turn into bats?
Okay, so the plan is basically to sneak around, find Hezenkos's lantern, and smash it. That's quite a crowd over in the manor.
Johanna's gathering. If she's mingling there, we'll be spotted. Fortunately, we have someone who could pass as a servant.
You don't think he'll stand out?
There'll be other undead servants. I'd be surprised if Johanna recognized him. You know, she never truly appreciated Manfred's cleverness. Right, Manfred. You're to find Johanna's guests and help us gather information on where her workshop might be. We'll be watching in case anything occurs.
Something's going to occur.
Once we find and destroy Johanna's lantern, we'll end whatever she's planning. Hopefully, before she introduces the lantern to her guests.
That should be enough time for Manfred to blend in as a servant.
Let's find a place inside to observe him, quietly.
Right. Let's find another way in.
Johanna's last guests must already be in attendance.
There's a lot of people here. Hezenkos must be planning to drain their souls with her lantern.
What's she gonna do with them?
Raise more undead, I'd wager.
Sounds like the party's in that main hall where we confronted Hezenkos.
Perfect. We can watch Manfred discreetly from the balconies.
And see if Hezenkos has that lantern on her.
There's Manfred. And Johanna.
But no lantern.
Now, you were saying about a shrine in the manor.
Yes, a shrine revealed by a spectral tome, which, as an expert, I could read if our host ever lets me into the library.
An ancestral shrine? I could question the deceased there about the location of Johanna's lantern.
Well, if a book can lead us to the shrine, let's hit the library.
I'm just waiting for our hosts.
The library's to the east, right? Where we closed Hezenkos's portal into the Fade.
Right. But why come all the way back here?
Johanna must have a workshop hidden here. Likely where she's prepared whatever she plans to empower with this lantern.
Undead, watch out!
Johanna's creatures. We must deal with them quickly. I'd expected Johanna to post more guards.
Maybe she didn't want to scare her guests. Let's see if we can find that book pointing to the ancestral shrine. Nothing about a shrine here.
And what's a romance?
What about this? That book just snarled at me.
Ah, there's our spectral tome. Well done.
It's not opening.
One must be delicate. That guest of Johanna's claimed to be an expert in spectral literature.
And was interested in the shrine. Let's have Manfred hand him the book, see what he says. Were you waiting for us? Manfred, take this tome to the man asking about the shrine, please.
Don't worry. We'll watch from the balcony.
What's this? The Spectral Guide to Blackthorn Manor? There now. I only want to look up one thing. Ah, there is an ancestral shrine in the northwest wing.
Perfect. Let's go to the shrine.
Yes, the deceased there should be most helpful in finding Johanna's lantern. This way to the shrine.
I'd love to go to this kind of party.